Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New England Patriots. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
The return man, Wilson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Throwing, Jones. And his first look is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jones. It's caught. Smith. And right away he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Jones throwing complete for Harris. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Patriots send out their punter. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. We may hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. No score after 1 on EA Sports. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Griffin. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the red zone now, here's Griffin on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Buying time to his left. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. Devin McCourty brings him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now RG3. And that's complete to Jesse James. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. As Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well. And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
So here's Stidham and the Patriots. Down by 9, 55 seconds remaining. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44. And the return will stop right around the 25. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And this one is right through. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.